In today's tip, I'd like to share with you the power of luring. Luring is a really cool activity you can do with your dog when you first bring him home. You simply take a tasty treat like a piece of chicken and you put it right up against the dog's nose. And then you start manipulating the dog in different positions. And the power of this is that I can get Gracie to go just about anywhere or do almost about anything by simply luring her. I'm not using any voice commands, I'm not using any leash pressure, I'm simply manipulating her into different positions. With the sit, I simply take the lure, and wherever her nose goes, the rear end goes in the opposite position. So I'm simply going to keep the food right up against her nose, and then I'm going to gently bring my hand up so that the head goes up, and then as you can see, the rear end goes to the bottom. As soon as the rear end hits the ground, I go ahead and I give her the food. This is an example of luring the dog into a down position. Notice that I'm using both hands here, and I'm simply keeping my hand right up against her nose, and I want to keep her nose parallel this time to her shoulders. I stay very patient with her, and then when her rear end drops, she should be dropping similar to an elevator going down. Then I mark and I reward, but again, keeping both hands right next to her helps guide her to lay straight flat down instead of lifting her butt in the air before she comes down. Dogs are what we call situational learners. What I mean by that is if we change the picture on them, body position, hand position, then the dog sees this as a completely different luring piece. So you'll notice here she's not dropping straight down because I've practiced it with her in front of me over and over and over, so it's very reinforcing for her. In this position here, we're simply luring her in between my legs. I want her to feel comfortable, so I feed in place, and then I take the lure again and I'm just sort of playing around, manipulating her in between and around my legs. This is a really fun little activity to do to get your dog to do a figure eight. But I want you to notice the speed at which I'm moving is very slow and the reinforcement rate is very high. So all the fun things are happening with Gracie as we just simply maneuver going in between my legs. This can be scary for some dogs, so nice and slow and practice, practice, practice. I hope this little piece today of information helps you go out with your pup and have a great time practicing your luring skills. One of the most important skills you'll ever learn between you and your dog.